welcome to Nördlingen, a true hidden gem hiding in plain sight on Germany's most famous romantic road. The list of everything I want to accomplish here today is actually quite long and overwhelming. I mean, there is so much medieval charm to explore, but here in Nördlingen, there is so much more. For starters, the entire town is completely encircled with a fortification wall, and it is so rare to find one intact like that, and I can't wait to explore it. The Daniel, the central church tower in the middle of town, is far more than just an empty tower that you can get a good view from, but instead a residence with a full-time inhabitant who I can't wait to meet. But more so than just that, the town itself is built within a meteorite crater. And I think in the local Krater museum, there might even be a very special souvenir. All in all, like I said, it's overwhelming. There is so much to do, but like always, let's start with a damn good walk. I mean, just look, everything has become so faded and muted. Usually I prefer like nice, bright, popping colors for these buildings, but instead we have spooky Nördlingen. Now, because this town is so lived in, so authentically charming, what I really want to go do right now is check out their weekly farmers market every Saturday, right in the morning, center of town. Let's go. And what I'm loving so much about this market is that I think it's really emblematic of what I love so much about Nördlingen itself, the local community. Unlike so many other places that you can go on vacation, the more well-known places, Rothenburg, Garmisch, etc., people really live here. And you can tell by just watching them do the groceries. And this really cool bronze well-covering statue, it commemorates that barely a generation ago, local farmers were still driving their livestock right onto these very streets for this market. But it's just so nice to see that the market is alive and well, and remembering its history. The produce here is also supposed to be of exceptional quality because the whole meteorite crater area has exceptionally high quality soil, meaning you get that high quality produce. Just being a little cheeky and listening into the German conversations I can hear around me, there are so many people meeting up, but not because they planned to or intended to, but because everyone's out and about and they just have all these chance encounters. It makes the whole town feel so vibrant and alive. I haven't felt like this in a while. Like, honestly, I think this little locals market might be more hustling and bustling than the Victualian Markt in Munich. And that's because people are actually using it, not just showing up to take photos on Instagram. Even though that is technically what I'm doing right now, but it's for your benefit. You're welcome, by the way. I mean, someone has to actually go off the beaten path to show you around, right? And I don't think you're getting that from many other travel YouTubers. Ah. Shots fired. However, the reason why you should come to this market, even if you're not planning on buying any carrots, is this is the best place to get the legendary Nördlingen Staubenwurst. Servus, so, kann ich bitte ein Wurst in Semmel haben?
2,50 €, 2,50.
Cool.
Jawohl.
Gut, danke Ihnen.
Sehr gerne.
Ach, schönen Tag noch.
Danke.
And I can already tell you that this is one of the best sausages in all of Germany. However, as you might already be able to tell, the food scene in Nördlingen is off the charts, and there's no way I could include all of it in this video alone. So I think you know what's coming next. You're going to need to subscribe. There are so many amazing restaurants and konditoreis, and of course, most importantly, my full reaction and the story of this sausage, but that's all coming next week. So subscribe, and I will see you then. Now, I know you know that I'm a bit of a dork, or at least maybe we're both dorks and huge fans of the Middle Ages. So walking around this town is incredible because there's so much beautiful half timber everywhere, the Fachwerkhäuser. They're just so cool and they're so colorful. But what strikes me as different than, say, Bamberg, Rothenburg, and all those places is these half timber houses are absolutely massive. And it's not just one. All the buildings in Nördlingen make me feel small. So weird. Like, just look at this thing. It's so big. It's a beautiful tower. So beautiful everywhere. Oh, that's horrible. It has to be a test. No one's acting like there's about to be an air raid. I don't like that at all. And you know I had to find the Nördlingen bronze map. I mean, this is an iconic statue. Oh, I just love it. Are you seeing this? That is an epic Daniel. Yeah. With the eagle in the background.
Where?
They're in the top left.
So I'm very excited to get the chance to travel outside of Oberbayern because we get to see some new architecture. In Oberbayern, you see a ton of houses that have those beautiful natural wood balconies with religious murals. In this part of Germany, many of the old houses are Fachwerkhäuser. And I love seeing them because there are so many crazy fun color combinations. I found this one back here, and I think it's particularly striking. And every time we go to a new town, I just have so many pictures that I take of the tippy tops of these Fachwerkhäusers because I think they're just so interesting and so striking.
Now, of course, this is a near from home video. We do need to talk about logistics. And this one's kind of weird. It's easy, but hard to find. I've been thinking about making a Nördlingen video for years, and what stopped me was the logistics. I thought I'd have to rent a car and it was going to be a whole thing. The train connections looked terrible, and it turns out that was Google Maps lying to me. The Germans, notoriously bad for putting things online, have not actually updated the railway lines on Google Maps, so what looks complicated is actually a direct train. You just need to go to db.de to find it. I mean, could you even imagine if we had followed those Google Maps directions when there's a direct train the whole time? I'd never forgive myself, and now you know. Now, Jesus. Yeah. There's no way we're gonna be able to do this justice on camera, but one of the coolest things, one of the things I love about German towns is that they put stork nests all over the top of their buildings. And I tell you what, Nördlingen has so many. You could actually see them from the Daniel, but man, watching them fly around and roost, it's so adorable. Now, I need to level with you as a travel creator for a second, because honestly, something has really confused me so far today, and that's, where are all of the tourists? I mean, we are on the romantic road. It is so famous, it's so full of tourists. Rothenburg ob der Tauber, one of my most popular videos. I mean, that town gets hundreds of thousands of visitors per year. It's insane. And Nördlingen? It's practically empty, with a unique charm all to its own, a complete encircling medieval wall, and a moon rock. I mean, what more could you possibly want from a destination? It's incredible. Yet in comparison with its more famous neighbors, Nördlingen goes overlooked, hiding in plain sight, quite literally, because there's some irony behind this. As undervisited as Nördlingen is, millions, hundreds of millions of people know exactly what it looks like. What do I mean? Well, go and watch again the 1971 classic Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and when the glass elevator bursts from that very factory, revealing the beautiful town below, it's revealing Nördlingen. A town with this much charm, this much to do, that everyone has seen yet no one is going to. This is near from home magic. All right, no more putting it off. It's about time we finally climb the Daniel. And you know, I hate heights, but let's just say there's someone very special waiting for me at the top of the tower who I'd really like to meet. But seriously, why am I always doing this for you guys? There's awful towers in Heidelberg, medieval Manhattan, San Gimignano. Oh, it just feels like I'm always doing this, and I don't like it, but I think it's gonna be worth it, I hope.
You've got this.
Let's go. Oh, I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of stairs today. Oh, the Daniel's gonna be a workout. How are you doing there, buddy? Bitteschön. I like that they have little passing places. Walking upstairs. Spiral stairs. Oh, I'm a little bit dizzy. This would be a particularly bad time to learn that it's cash only, once you've already done about 30 meters. Now it's time for wooden stairs. There is a point when climbing all towers that it starts to get a little rickety. I don't think we've hit that point yet, but I think we're gonna. The stone tube offered a lot more comfort, especially when you can see the holes. Can you see that?
Shaking? Like it's shaking when
There you go. There are a few holes.
Oh, I don't like this.
We just hit halfway, 35 out of 70 meters, and you know, I'm not out of breath, I don't need to stop, I could keep going. However, there's something very cool to look at, and that is the human treadmill-powered winch and axle system. What a worthy break. Oh, this is weird. We're suspended on either sides, and it's only completely horrifying. I hope the view is worth it. They say on a good day you can actually see to the rim of the crater itself, not just the ring of the town. That would be amazing. What's so amazing to me is that this tower is so much more than just a viewpoint for you to climb. It's also a residence, and that's why the cash desk is up here too, because there's a little house just behind me with a very adorable permanent resident. It's a tower cat. Oh, wow. And boy or girl?
Girl.
Girl.
She's a so-called lucky cat, 3 colors.
Aww.
So she must be a girl. 3 colors.
Hey, good afternoon.
She's 15 years old.
15, oh my gosh.
Oh, you are beautiful. We love cats. And so do you live here full time or?
Perhaps 1 or 2, 3 nights a year somebody sleeps here because of any reason, whatever. But we do not sleep.
So yeah, so what you're saying is there's a main group of people employed by the town who trade off when they're living here, and then you fill in during other times and whatnot.
Yeah.
And she's here.
She's always
Always here. So there is a permanent resident of the tower, but it's a cat.
Well, today it's Saturday, and Saturday is a special moment in the week. And at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's the only time in the week when all 4 bells ring. And it's really amazing, and the tower moves a little bit, shakes a little bit, and it could be very interesting.
Ah, that's fantastic. Amazing timing as always. Where's the best place to be for the bell? Should we be here? Should we go down to look at them or?
I think it's too loud.
Okay.
It's really too loud. I think the best is open top stairs because and you feel like a tower.
Oh my God. Let's do it. That sounds amazing. All right, let's go up top. In about 5 minutes, the 4 bells are gonna go off. The only time of the week that ever happens other than special occasions. And I'm pretty nervous because you said the whole tower shakes a little bit. You know I don't like heights. And the Daniel is lofty. Oh my God. I do feel safe. but I do feel scared. Why does that always happen on this channel? Can we just do like a chocolate eating video? Nördlingen is glorious. If you pay attention and you look around, no matter what direction, 365 degrees, you're gonna see what looks like a small hill or mountain. They call that the green crown, and that is actually the rim of the meteor crater itself. I mean, it does feel like we're enclosed on multiple levels, right? We've got the meteor and then our walls. I feel perfectly fortified.
It's 3:59, are you ready?
No, I'm so scared.
He said it would only shake a little bit.
Only a little is more than I need. Oh God, the bells are ringing. Oh, they're gonna start.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm only like really, yeah.
Has ours started?
I don't know. I don't know if it's my vertigo or the bells, but it does feel like it's shaking a little bit. And this might have been one of like the scariest, most ominous feelings I've ever had, because this bell doesn't go off first. All the other churches encircling you go off one after another, and then yours hits. I've never felt the beat drop in a tower before.
This is really cool. I would highly recommend this. Normally, I'm not a big climb the tower and see the views of the city type of person. I'm always like, all the views always kind of look the same. But this is so unique and special.
You were very skeptical. You almost wanted to skip the Daniel.
Yeah, I just think it's really worth it because you get to see the crater and the city walls and sort of the delineation between the old and the new.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, getting to see out to the Green Crown at Golden Hour is incredible. But just no matter where you look, this is so cool. And you're right, this is one of the most unique views I think we've had.
So if you're also, like me, not a big tower and views person, I would say give the Daniel a try.
Happy to be here with you.
I'm nervous about going down there.
Don't remind me. Ready to descend?
Not really.
It's gonna be so hard.
God.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? I think I'm gonna put the camera down for the descent, guys. I'll see you on solid ground. Now, I am absolutely famished and it's time for dinner. So we've made our way over to Kleibls Restaurant am Daniel because everyone has recommended it to us. From our hosts to the tourism board and some locals we chatted with in the cafe, they said for dinner, you have to go to Kleibls. So here we go. I'm so excited. I have had a lot of Maltaschen on this channel. My word, this is some of the best. Now you already know where to go if you want the full foodie details on this meal. 2 weeks into the future when we publish our next video, but come on, just look at this footage. These pictures must be worth more than 1,000 words, so spoiler alert, Kleibls was fantastic. You should go here. Now, of course, you definitely can day trip Nördlingen. 2 hours from Munich, 2 hours back. I have seen a lot of people travel far more for far less. However though, if you do stay the night, which I would more than recommend, there's so much to do. A long weekend in Nördlingen is well deserved. If you stay out nice and late, well, there is a very special, very spooky surprise waiting for you. All you need to do is stand by the Daniel and listen. It's happening. Now, maybe some of you out there found that a little bit underwhelming, and I can't apologize for your bad taste, but for me, that was really cool. So Gesell so. Just checking if everything's all right. They've been doing it for hundreds of years, and they still do it to this very day. It can be easy to miss. He's hard to hear, and sometimes there are children speaking loudly. But when you hear it, it's amazing. Now then though, I am mighty tired. It's been a long day of filming high quality travel guides, so it's time to go to bed. And this is actually a rare turn for Near From Home. Usually you guys are always asking in the comments, where should I stay when I visit X, Y, or Z? And I say, I don't know, wherever you really want. But here in Nördlingen, we have found an amazing little locally owned vacation rental property that is amazing. So come with us, we'll give you a little tour. I'll show you where we're sleeping tonight, because you might want to sleep there for yourself when you inevitably visit Nördlingen. A medieval house right against the city walls, recently renovated by locals with a passion for not only Nördlingen, but clearly aesthetics and design as well. Rarely do we sleep so good on these trips. Welcomed by local beers with a true multilingual encyclopedia of travel suggestions sitting right there on the coffee table, this is the kind of place I not only want to stay in personally, but as somewhat of a travel brand myself, this is the kind of place I want to support and promote. Locals who care about tourism. Though for a complete and exhaustive room tour, that's going to be naturally in our next video. Links, of course, on screen, description box below. Oh, you are a baby for screech. Now we have mentioned the Nördlingen Ries, the crater that Nördlingen sits in quite a few times by now. However, I think it's time we finally go to the museum and learn all about it. I'm so excited. This museum looks awesome. Oh, it's gonna be such a highlight for me. Actually really interesting, something I'd never thought about, but because the Earth is so geologically active with tectonic formation, mountains, all that stuff, impact craters don't last very long before they get kind of recycled back into the Earth. And so it's actually really rare to have such a well-preserved impact crater at all. And yet we get to be in one right now in a fantastic village. It's pretty incredible. And more than just being like a theater, continuing the excellent theming that is in this museum, the theater is the impact crater with different types of rocks at the appropriate scale distances, and the center where all the action happens.
The cosmic bullet penetrates the atmosphere in 2 seconds and at ground level unleashes the destructive power of several 100,000 Hiroshima-sized atomic bombs in a monstrous explosion. A few tenths of a second later, the crater has grown to a diameter of around 4 kilometers and a depth of about 2 kilometers. Almost all plant and animal life is destroyed within a radius of over 100 kilometers. So, out of the scorched wasteland 15 million years ago, the Nördlingen Ries of today has developed a fertile, flourishing landscape, an extraordinary natural environment.
Okay, there is one last artifact in this museum, probably the coolest artifact I've ever seen, though I haven't laid eyes on it yet. But to fully appreciate it, there's one last story about Nördlingen that you need to know. Because as we learned earlier, craters like this that are so well preserved are exceedingly rare. Back during the Apollo missions, the Americans sent their astronauts right here to this crater to practice. Just sounds wild to me. However, it must have worked, it must have been helpful, because over here, they have a moon rock from Apollo 16. Which is just like, I have shown you some truly incredible things on this channel, but never before have I taken you to a tiny, picturesque, romantic German town to look at the moon. Is it just not the coolest thing? It was in space. I mean, obviously we're all in space all the time, but that bit was in a different bit and then we brought it back. If this isn't worth a subscribe, I don't know what is. Who else is showing you this cool stuff? Could there be any doubt in your mind as to what I'm about to say? I don't think so. I absolutely loved that, and I think you might have already known. I mean, right, so on this channel, Near From Home, I have said so many times that I love small, specific, local museums, and I stand by that. They are the best kinds of museums. However, those museums are also usually on a human scale. Asparagus museums, toilet museums, paper museums. However, to get to go to a small local specific museum that is on a cosmic scale is an absolute treat. I loved it. And it's just so emblematic of how special Nördlingen really is. It's an amazing town. All right, it is finally time. I am so excited. We're gonna walk the wall. And of course, there are so many entrances all around the city. However, the best place for me to start is at a grand tower, don't you think? This does, however, mean we need to walk up some more spiral stairs, but I think these are way better than the ones at the Daniel, don't you? This is absolutely incredible. And I know I say that about every fortification wall, and I mean it every time, but the one in Nördlingen is so special. One of only 3 complete medieval walls in all of Germany. Is that not enough? Are you not entertained? Because I am. This is the best. The total length is about 2.7 kilometers, so not a short walk by any means. I can see why most people just do a shorter tourism route, but I can't wait to walk the whole thing. It's so cool because this whole thing is a circle with the Daniel at the center. No matter where you go, it's always right there. It's really cool looking.
Is it just me, or is it taking a long time to walk 2.7 kilometers?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty long wall, and because it's so narrow, you don't exactly walk quickly, but yeah, this is the longest wall we've ever walked. We've been on here for ages.
Worth it though.
Oh, completely.
And there's the Daniel. Hi, Daniel. Random question that I've been meaning to ask you all day. Why is it the Daniel?
The Daniel, oh my God. The best I've been able to figure out online is that tower has gone by many names, but they decided to call it the Daniel after a passage in the Bible. I haven't read the Bible, honestly, so I don't know why it's the Daniel and not Daniel. I think it sounds great. That's such a silly name. And because Nördlingen is residential, you know, it's not just immaculate for the tourists, it's just got so much more visual interest, if you ask me. So many of the places that you can go, they come off a little Mickey Mouse, the half timber, too perfect, but here, now that is a real half timber house. What do you think?
It's so cool. I'm having a great time.
Honestly, the more of this wall I walk, we've walked a fair bit of it now, the more I kind of want to live in Nördlingen. I mean, just over here, there is a beautiful play park. It's full of kids. There's so many families here. Everyone's having such an amazing time out and about. I cannot imagine what it would be like to grow up here, though. In quite literally a medieval village. I mean, that just must be wild. Because what if you grew up here and then you flew to New York City? That'd feel like time travel. Quite literally and metaphorically too, this wall encapsulates everything I have come to love about Nördlingen. The quiet, lived-in charm, the beautiful houses, the medieval history, and you can always see the Daniel. This is like the coolest thing I've ever done. Bye. You can still follow. If there is one problem with this wall, and I think there's at least one, is that it's a little bit narrow, meaning the whole adventure is a little solo, a little single file, a little shuffly past everybody. But you know what? We make do. And with this step, we have finally completed our circuit. We have circumnavigated all of Nördlingen, and so it's about time we draw this video to a close, but not necessarily our entire time here. I've still got a few more bites left to eat, so please, if you have enjoyed this video half as much as I've enjoyed making it, make sure to hit the subscribe button because you are not going to want to miss our companion food video next week. It is going to be so much fun. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video, wherever that might be.